Yeah, it's a very, very wonderful, to some it's morning, others it's midday, and others right now it's somehow like, how do I call it? Dinner or, not really lunch, but dinner, yep. Those are people in Africa. We welcome you to our program from KDR TV News. And we are really thankful that you are with us today. We are having a very prolific gentleman, Dr. Jacob Ongaki, who is going to expound more on the upcoming Africa Diaspora Expo, which is going to take place in DC from 5th May to 7th May 2023. So be glued, be with me, ask him questions. Let's bring this thing together. Let's make it happen, and things are going to roll in the business world because Africa is now connecting America directly through the African diaspora. May God bless you. And before that, let's hear an advert from one of our sponsors.
We know how stressful it can get to take care of the healthcare needs of your loved ones, especially when they live far away from you. Money transfer services have expensive fees. They cannot ensure that your money is spent on the intended healthcare needs. And there are many questionable pharmacies that sell low quality, unsafe, and even counterfeit medications. That is why we created Diaspora, a secure, quick, and cost-effective way to pay for the medications of your loved ones through our network of accredited and registered pharmacies. So here's how it works. Meet David. He lives far away from home. Unfortunately, his mother was recently diagnosed with diabetes, but she can't afford her new medication. So after funding his Diaspora account, David enrolls his mother as a beneficiary, and a unique PIN code is issued. Think of this as a digital voucher that David paid for in advance. David's mother presents the PIN code at one of our accredited and registered in-network pharmacies. The cost of her medication is deducted from David's account, and his mother can walk in and out of the pharmacy with the medication she needs. It's as easy as that. David can also assign his uncle who lives close to his mother as a caretaker to help her follow the new diabetes treatments. For extra security, David can also create one-time PIN codes and manually confirm and approve medication purchases too. It's easy to send more money home and hope they got spent on buying safe medication. But what if you can have control over how your money is spent, gain access to safe and quality medication, and purchase multiple medications for multiple family members who are in need? Your money goes a lot farther, and healthcare becomes a lot more inclusive. Diaspora was created by Diaspora members for Diaspora members that help provide greater access to safe, quality, and affordable medications for your loved ones back home. It's time for your loved ones to get the quality medication they need, and for you to get the peace of mind you deserve. Sign up today and register your loved ones for free at diaspocare.com.
Thank you once more, and right now I'm having Dr. Jacob Ongaki. Before Dr. Jacob Ongaki does an introduction of himself, let me first of all actually introduce him. Dr. Jacob Ongaki is a PhD holder, a professor of higher education, with very many years and professional experience, especially in the accounting and the financial world, with mutual fund industry, that is in accounting, taxation, shareholder distribution, and disclosures. And then there is what we call compliance. He's the vice president of One Voice Consortium and founder member of the Grand Granite Diaspora Savings and Credit Cooperative Society in the US. He has actually been requested by the One Voice Consortium to be the Business Expo chair for that wonderful challenging role as a chairman of the Business or the Africa Diaspora Business Expo, which is going to take place in DC in a few weeks' time. So, Dr. Ongaki, before we continue, can you please have a brief introduction of yourself? Maybe I must have missed just something so little. So go ahead, Dr. Ongaki.
Thank you, Engineer Kibwato. First of all, we're very thankful. I'm very thankful to be here with you. And I want to thank you for the good work that you're doing for the community. And I think I've been really following you for some time now and giving us the platform, not only OVC, you give platform and airtime to so many businesses and individuals, and you have some stories that really deserve that attention that we all need to know and to be informed what's going on. So I'm very thankful. Yeah, I think you did not really miss. I'm shy away from really introducing myself. I like people to introduce myself. But as you said, I'm basically the connection for me with the OVC was just the Grand Diaspora. I'm a co-founder of that, and also with my wife, we kind of started that during the COVID time. That is one of the areas that after finishing I've been just very thankful to finish my my degree that I never planned it to be where I was. I just wanted to find a way to give back. So yeah, that is what I do. I'm actually the treasurer. There is actually four other co-founders for the Grand Diaspora Circle. Chairman Richard, Madam Vice Chair Acherusa Mangera, and then of course I have Emery Ondali, and of course my wife Lilian Ongaki. So those are the founders, and that's how I actually connected. I just wanted to bring that to this event, and that's one way I was trying to find a way to give back to the community. But in addition, you mentioned in accounting and finance, that's the area of professional expertise that I have worked for so many years in mostly in the mutual fund industry, and I got exposed into investment, something that I didn't even know coming from where we come from, that I would be able to even just be able to help and advise somebody, even just leave alone the country in where we are. And so that is where I am. And then I transitioned to academia last few years ago. And that is just because I wanted my second phase of my life to be just kind of a little bit more flexible, allow me some time like to do what I'm doing right now. So that is shortly others will come as we continue this conversation. I just wanted this to be just engagement with our people.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ngaki. Now, before we really start talking about the Expo, which is coming in a few weeks' time, I really want you to expound a little bit more about the Grand, you call it Grand, it's a difficult name, Grand Graphite,
yeah.
Or how do you call it? Grand Graphite or
it's
what?
a Grand Diaspora Circle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes, it's a savings and a credit.
Yes.
As you mentioned that. So what we actually, my wife just kind of explains that better than I do. Everybody has their roles. I'm
Sure.
the number guy, and that's what I normally look into. So basically, this actually, in 2020, I wanted to just to when I was looking into retirement, because we all have to think about retirement. So I was just trying to figure out what can I be able to find a place where I can be able to invest, and also like a society, a circle where I can be part of, and then so I can just be able to put some savings, slowly, incrementally. And I looked around, and I normally the institutions that I get involved, they have to make sense with me, for me actually. They have to make sense, one, whether my voice can be heard or somebody can be able to listen to me. So having said that, I looked at there was several others, and I checked them out. And then I just was discussing this during the COVID, lockdown. We are not going to work. We were doing mostly remotely. That's when we were just trying to find this with my wife. And then we realized, after not failing to find the established good institution that I can be part of, and then I can play a role, and talking with some other affiliations who have grown a little bit. And I wanted to make sense to that effect that at least my value can be had. And that's when we thought, like, I think the best thing, we could just be able to see whether we have friends who can be able to buy into this. And that's actually how the Grand Granite Diaspora Circle was born. And I reached out to a couple, three of my friends. And then they say, yeah, we can do this, and let's do this. And then we kept on going, and then we wanted actually to have like maybe 50 members. 50 members that who we can just be able to work, because the larger the organization gets, you kind of lose a lot of things in the process. So then 50 members came in, and then they wanted their friends to be in, and then we call it the referral only Grand Granite Diaspora Circle. So nobody can just be able, like many institutions where you go, you fill in the application, you send in registration fee, and then you are done. You don't even have to talk with anybody. But we have taken a lot of time to basically create the product, and we don't really get influence what others are doing. We just try to be our own and create something that is unique towards our people, and that's how we operate. Everybody who comes in, it just has to do referral. You have to talk with our marketing team. You have to get the referral from one of the members of the society or the circle. We're interested in members, but we are not at the same time, because we want to make sure we bring people who really is going to add value. For example, our leadership team, they have been just volunteering since we started. Nobody's been paid a penny. And we work day in and day out. And especially with the SASRA requirement, we are happy that we are among the three societies that were actually licensed by SASRA in 2021. So, and then we are happy to proceed with that. And therefore, it's just because our diligence and the way we conduct our businesses. Obviously, we are not perfect. I will continue to grow, and we'll continue to add value to our members. I know some members say, hey, man, you guys work so. Yes, we do. But at least at the end of the day, what I want to see is akina mama akina mama who joined the circle, they can realize something at the end. And it's only the saving as a credit is mostly two parts to it. One is that you can invest and borrow money. We multiply that by whatever that you have saved with us, and then you can get to fund your project personally. On the other hand, later on, we actually, because we were doing well, the ministry actually extended it to the investment arm. And that's where we pull resources together, and then we can just be able to venture into certain businesses. Like now, we have acquired some few assets in Kenya, and we will continue to grow. I'm so proud of that, and I'm so happy with my members who have given us the opportunity to serve them, and we'll continue to serve them, but we ask them to volunteer. We ask our members also to volunteer so that we can just be able to share responsibilities. Lastly, we are very transparent, very open. You can call any of our members or any of our leadership team. There's nothing that you can't be able to hear. So that's a brief, sorry to go a little bit extent to that, but that's what connected me to One Voice Consortium.
Thank you so much, Daktari. So briefly, can you tell us the procedures for one, if one wants to join this particular circle? What are the procedures? Or, I mean, do you have like, a stringent process for one to join, or it's, I wake up one day, I decide to say, okay, today, put me in that particular circle. So give us a brief.
Yeah, absolutely. And normally the marketing team do a good job on this one. And I'm not the salesperson per se. And I try to shy away from those. I like to be factual. I like to be who I am. And given my background, I want to get the correct information. So basically, to join the Grand Granite Diaspora Circle, first of all, you have to have somebody within the circle. And then if you don't have that connection, they can use now, for example, yourself, so that you can be able to link that individuals with us. So that is one. So once that person gets into, once the contact gets through, you just have to, we have an automation where to have a join us, where somebody has to join, put their symbol information, their email, and their phone number. our marketing team reaches up to them. And then what they do after that, the marketing team will be able to actually call that person to make sure that person is conversant with our bylaws on how we operate. And then once that is done, they just do a vetting process with them. And then, of course, there will be registration. And then there will be to become a member with the Grand Granite Diaspora Circle. So it's a very simple process, but it does take a little bit. Like right now, we have, I think, about 10 people from last week that we just showed interest. We haven't got to them yet because all our members are volunteer, and we want to make sure when they talk to you, they actually talk to a human being, not just to throw money and a cent. We have to make sure we know who you are. And if, of course, we have rejected, I think, about a few in the past because we don't want to bring people who just have different intentions or just to disrupt what other people have worked so hard to put together.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. for a little bit expounding a little bit more about that one. You've talked about having accumulated. I don't really want you to give us the value for the assets back in Africa or in Kenya. So these assets, when you accumulate, do you accumulate them as a circle and then subdivide it to the circle members, maybe who are right now, maybe they are 300 or 200? How do you do that, Professor?
Yeah, absolutely. That is for the investment arm. What we do is once members, we come with projects. And you can see a Grand Granite Diaspora Circle website, and then you can go to the investment section. You can see some of the projects that we actually have worked on or are underway. We have exploration team. We have exploration team that looks into these projects. When they bring those projects into service, the investment committee, which I'm the chair for that, we vet those again, and then before we take to the board. But what happens as far as the benefits to the members is that we create this product and say, okay, we have project here, and this project, all our projects are very voluntary. Nobody can just be able to just be forced into any project. So the members, obviously, they have to have interest. And then once it realizes, we say it's going to cost us this much, and this is how each member will be able to contribute equally. First, we give everybody opportunities, but there was chances where we are not able to raise enough funds, and we give, okay, anybody who wants to put more, they could. And that's, but we want to make sure there's that fairness among our members to contribute. And that's at the end what's happening, for example, with the piece of land or that we have acquired several out there in Kenya. It is, you share risk. And with the institution societies, they have more stringent ways on how we go about. This is things we have to disclose what we are doing to our members, and the members have to approve that, by the way. So they have to approve all these projects, even though the management given them the direction. And then so at the end, yes, the members will be given, like, for example, we just finished the project, the gated community contribution this last month, I think a couple months ago. And therefore, we're just now looking to find some investors who can help our members so that it can just be able to get their gated community similar to what we have in America. And then when we go, we just be able to retire. I plan to go back. So I want to be able to get with the people who have similar interests, people who have worked. You can see what's happening in our country right now. There's a lot going on, especially, the economy and all this stuff that is going on. It creates a lot of enmity among people within the region. But most important, I've been very thankful with One Voice Consortium, and they have been actually getting me to connected into so many other businesses, so many investors that we are looking into, and we continue to discuss that on how that can be, which is more affordable than if I had to get the funding from Kenya.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. for expounding a little bit more. Now let's talk about the Afro-American Diaspora Business Expo 2023. Is it on, or you have some glitches?
Oh man, this is gonna happen. I'm so excited about this, knowing some very good people that have worked along. We have several sectors, but yeah, to answer your question, the expo is gonna happen from May 5 which is Friday, May 5, 6, which is a Saturday. And then, of course, it winds up on Monday, which will be the 7th. But we have full 3 days. We have full 3 days. And first of all, I just want to be able to thank our sponsors who have actually come to help us. We obviously does not have a budget. When we started this, we didn't even have a penny to start for the conference. So this is it's actually been driven by businesses who wants to showcase themselves at the expo and connecting them their product to the world, actually to the global world, especially here in DC. Not only that, we have our diasporas themselves who are actually having businesses within the United States and other parts of the world. But we encourage those people who are not on board to come on board, come and just share information. I mean, we have a lot going on in this expo. It's not just not necessarily businesses, but for example, if you ask me if I didn't have any interest in any other business, I'm just looking over there to go and see, to meet our colleagues and our friends, so that at least we can see what they're doing. If you go, for example, engineer, if you wake up yourself every morning, you go to work and then you come back to your house and then you go back, I'm telling you, you do get some information, but you're limited on what you're able to receive. So yeah, the expo is going to happen. It's happening, and we can't wait to get started. And it's actually less than 2 weeks away, and I'm sure you will be there too. So we look forward to seeing and other volunteers who have really come big for us. And again, thank you for the airtime that you have actually provided OVC. I know even before the expo, you've been out there talking about from the politics and agendas that we need to be able to discuss. And Kenya, we are now far ahead. We are far ahead than where we were during even the Moi era.
Thank you so much, Daktari. So the expo is here, and so many people are planning to attend. And what really is going to be on the list? Do you have some panelists on board already, or what is actually happening on that particular agenda?
Yeah. So we do have, first of all, our members and the planning committee, and as the chair of the planning committee, obviously, I want to thank. I work alongside the founder and the president of OVC, Dr. Robert Churi. I came to know him. I was given his name some time back, and then I started searching him. I have to know the person. I have to know what they have been able to do, what they are about to do, and what they have, any value that they have added to society. And then I also have Dr. Bidan Diangui, a professor in one of the universities in Florida, and who is the executive director. And so those are the people who I know very much, that I work almost every other day, not even every day, especially with the Expo. But we do have so many sectors of people who are actually helping. Obviously, it's not run by itself. It's run by volunteers, individuals such as myself. For example, we have Choi from DC. We have Dr. Choti from DC, Trufena, and Charles Choti. Those are also, they have made impact in their own ways in their organization. Obviously, what we say, we don't really stop any organization doing what they do. We actually encourage and support it, and we want to do what we can in order for that business to thrive. So obviously, just like the Grand Diaspora Circle that you give me a few minutes to talk about, because my members will be very, very well not deserved if I didn't say about it. So it's we have all these products, and that's why we are encouraging all the other businesses and individuals. You don't have to have a business. You can just come, be able to share ideas. And if you don't have ideas, like one of the guests have said in the past, come get some, and so we can just be able to connect. It's going to be interesting. It's not just the business. We're going to have entertainment, like what Chibu is the head of entertainment. We have protocol securities, people like Chodu's in the DC area. who are also getting this set for us. Joy is also getting to hear the DC people to come, and also people around the world. There will be DJs, there will be music. In fact, there will be garas, there will be awards. I can't even wait for that one to happen. There will be awards for companies, not OVC, but in general. We look in Kenya and we look here, people who have made impact in their communities and what they have done for their people. It's always good to look for yourself, but at the same time, it's always a good thing to look out for others, what they have done, and give them credit. And that's one thing I just want to urge our members. Every time you speak on something, somebody has given you something, or somebody has given you a hand, or lifted your life in one way or the other, appreciate it and just give them credit. Don't assume that it never happened. I didn't get here by chance by myself. Some people give me a hand to come to the United States. And also, we should be able just to look back in our stories, which we have so common and so unique, and many people here, and try to see what our people are doing and what they need, and if you are the position to support, and we do so. So that's what the Expo is going to happen. Us is to work to basically develop businesses so people can just be able to be there. As you can see, there's so many guest speakers. For example, you can see Mr. Hammond, Bennett Hammond, the U.S. Trade representative from the U.S., is coming. Our ambassador is doing a very good job. He's actually been connecting us to business. He will be the guest speaker. Look about the Rosalyn Njogu also. She's been really supportive, and she's helping us to get these things underway. And she's connecting and liaison to even other departments or ministries within Kenya, so they can come and be able to see who diaspora really are. In fact, for a long time, we haven't really had a lot of exposure, and I'm glad that we are now trying to get there so we can just be able to get our attention. For example, we work with the societies. We have a leadership for other societies that we work together. We face so many issues now. We are working as one, not as competitors, but as one, so that we can just be able to find what we share common and how we can just be able to alleviate, and how that can be brought to the leadership attention in order for us to thrive. Whenever business thrives, the Mwananchi will be okay, because jobs is a big deal. You have to bring something back for your family.
Thank you so much, Daktari. So I'm trying to browse through the website and basically look at how the events will be. I can see time here. So many things actually lined up for presentation, and it's going to be very fantastic as per your adverts here. So you've talked about entertainment. So you've talked about wonderful food. You've talked about wonderful speakers, and the event is really top notch. So, yep, what do you expect? And I'm seeing here lots of it. Yep, that's perfectly good. So you have also. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it is. That's what you are looking. That's in Gatia, the Chamber of Commerce in Kenya, and then of course the government. Look at the leadership team are actually coming. We're having some governors coming. We have some members of parliament coming. We have, we actually have also some businesses who have connection with the diaspora. For example, those 50 by 100 that you guys were talking about the Optiven, they will be there. There will be other real estate companies. There is other companies that just came up, Gionet from DC, who's connecting the technology. And that brings, what I'm basically saying here, this is an opportunity for the diaspora. We're not the lead of the diaspora, but we are saying this is an opportunity for the diasporas, so that it can come. As we're not stopping, if there's another organization, we support it. We work with them because we have a common interest. Because if you are able to fix a certain problem, and if that problem affects me, that is a plus for our community. Like I think there was somebody who was saying in Kenya, I don't know which MP, introducing where They have those where it's like the songs, and they used to have the old days. They didn't have somebody post them online, and now they can just be able to get some proceeds for those people. So those are some of the things that are helpful to our community, and we want people to show up. There will be obviously it starts right up in the morning on Friday, and I will be there. My family will be there. I'm sure you will be there. I'm asking those other people, even my people from my society, my circle. I know there is some members from USA Diaspora Circle will be there, and those who own businesses will be there. So we really urge Mayor Kanyete from Europe will be coming in the Expo, also bringing some delegation from there. So there is it's gonna be amazing. I tell you, me, I just gonna go watch it and just take it in, and just to be able to connect it to our people. One other thing that we always have to know is we are here, for example, those people who live abroad, we are brothers and sisters. When we connect, we share information, we have very unique stories and issues that we have, agendas that we have. Why don't you come and ask some of these leaders who are coming, and ask them give them these issues that we have, so that you can hear it firsthand. It helps us. It helps somebody developing a business, the Chamber of Commerce, the other, how you start a business in Kenya, the issues the diasporas are having. You created something, and then you don't find anything. You have these people being killed and stuff. Those are things we need to work together as diasporas. It's not about competition. We really don't. Even our circle, we don't compete. We just create the product. Because if you are trying to influence somebody to come to your organization, they will be short-lived. We want somebody who's going to embrace it, who's going to buy into the idea, and who's going to add to it. That is what we want. I think I lost the audio.
One Voice Consortium is an umbrella organization that brings together over 100 organizations from Africans living in the diaspora. Our vision is to enhance the lifestyle and livelihoods of the African diaspora community and back in the continent. May 5th to the 7th, 2023, join us in Washington, D.C. for the Diaspora Investor Expo, bridging opportunities between the United States and East Africa. Visit our website for registration and more information at www.onevoiceconsortium.org. Together, we uplift lives.
Thank you so much, Dr. Can you hear me now?
Hear you.
Thank you so much. Let's continue. Sorry for the glitch. Sometimes...
No, that is okay. That is normal. In the technology world, you don't...
Thank you
things
so much.
happen.
Thank you so much. Our server refused to work from the other end, so that's why we didn't actually get the audio. So, Dr. If I'm coming to DC, you've already told me where I'm supposed to book the hotel, what is my expectations. The security is actually top-notch. Everything is top-notch. Things have actually been arranged. So mine is basically just to come and enjoy. So nothing much. I mean, is there any other thing I need to do other than just present myself at the hotel, or what do I need to do?
Yeah, no, absolutely. First of all, I think thanks, engineer, and I appreciate that question. First of all, we have negotiated some rates with the hotel. It's going to be in DC, Hilton Hotel, Rockefeller, 1750. That is Rockefeller Pike. And therefore, all you have to do is use the link from our website, and you pay just a negotiated rate for those days. And I think that ends on the 28th of this month, April 28th. We had to extend because some members requested this. So that is one. So if you are a sponsor, you can also be able to do something. You go to our website, because we have to know who's coming. You have to register. You have to register on our website directly, everything there. If you have to make a registration payment, it should be there. If you are a sponsor, you do it right there. And then we get that information behind the scene. And then we are able to we are still just trying to keep the same rate that we offered in the beginning, so that at least we can have many people to just attend. The thing is, if you don't register and you come at the door, you have to pay at the door. So it's good you do these convenience things done before coming over. So anybody who's coming over here, we have to know who's the person. Even those leadership team, all the members of parliament, that we have to know who that person is. And that is, we are Diaspora. We do things a little different, and that's how we have chosen. But information is all available there. And you can even, while you are there, just hit on the news. You can see who is there. We will have panelists. There will be panelists who will be there to discuss specific issues on a specific sector. For example, if it is restaurants, if, for example, it is education, Dr. Ndiangui, who is a champion of education, he just actually, we have connected some people from Kenya who wanted free MBA, which is actually offered from, is actually registered, licensed in the state of Colorado, and some people in Africa. So we have those cohorts going free MBA. Imagine if I didn't have, I would be just, I was even thinking like, should I get another MBA or something like to that effect? So this is the good things or information our people actually get to know when you are at the Expo. But most important, yes, register over there. And once you are there, at least you can just be able to be free. Make sure you book your, if it's the flights, I know it might cost you to get there. It's going to cost me myself. Obviously, it's not paying for me. I'm going there for myself because I have my own issues that I needed to get serviced at the Expo. Most important, I work with very important people here. I don't even know them physically, so that's an opportunity for me to be able to connect with them and see what their life has been, and also I can also share something back in a way that is going to help us uplift the lives, as you had that commercial. Together we uplift the lives, and that's very key. You see so many things happening in Kenya, economy-wise. People don't have enough education. Those are the questions and answers we need to be able to figure out. And sometimes the government may not be able to figure these things for you. Even your organization, engineer, you are a professional. You don't expect all the answers. And I always encourage, like when I teach in class, I inform my students. Always, when you have been given an opportunity or an assignment or something in the workplace that you do, every time something goes wrong, don't always jump to the manager. Try to see how you can troubleshoot that yourself. So when you go, you have already exhausted certain items, and then when you go, you say, I have looked into this and this, but it looks like this is something that I really need some help. You become more promptable for promotions, for pay raise when it comes at the end of the year. And also that is one way in which I try to educate my students, apply the material they have to what is actually happening in the environments. For example, if you have to have somebody in media, he will be here showing them on how this is done. So that is the way we plan to do. But yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Dr. So on your closing remark, if we've actually forgotten something, because we'll definitely be having another series, like 2 series before the D-Day. So is there anything you would like us to discuss or to tell the attendees? Go ahead, Dr.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's always plenty to discuss, and I always appreciate. I just want to also give you this time and thank you for giving us opportunity, because you have aired so many of our panelists who have come here. They started. I just wanted it to. They asked me if I could go first, but I said no. Let me just hear what my members have to say. The people who are working on the committee with me on these areas of the Expo, and you have given that opportunity, and also even other networks also, they have also offered that as well. And we also, anything for free, we take it, because any message that we can put out there, we'll take it. So, but what we are trying to ask people, look this in a broader level, look things in a broader. And for example, if you have to go get a loan, you can't just be able to be home to be able to get a loan. You can't be able to even find which is the most affordable loan that you can be able to get. If you are investing in the market, you may not be able to know exactly what are the products out there in the market. Let the expert be able to help you sometimes. And sometimes some people work for free and pro bono, and they get all this information. Just like some institutions, like I see, like for example, the many people disadvantaged here in the United States. And then I say, well, sometimes I've even met one. I say, well, there is this opportunity available for you. There is this funding that's available for you to do so. So for what we are saying, members get the diasporas, and I know so many will be also be coming from Kenya. Not only Kenya, East Africa. I actually didn't even extend on that. East Africa, and some even from Ghana. They are coming to the expo. They're coming to exhibit their product and services that they provide. So those are all. We even have members of OVC from not just Kenya. They are from Zimbabwe. They are from actually Rwanda. You see, Rwanda is making big inroads in the development. So all those people, we embrace them. South Africa. And now, like next year, when we have this, we'll not be talking about East Africa. We will be talking Africa in general. And that's why we have just, because we are getting this attention from members asking, hey, how can I participate? So for us to know that you want to participate, go to our website, onevoiceconsortium.com, and our org. It's a non-profit organization. And what we do is we're an umbrella of organizations who have come together. And what we do is try to find ways in which we can work together and find common help for one another. Register if you are not the exhibitor, you are not a sponsor, you can come as an attendee. And let's interact. Let's have that cultural interaction. Let's have entertainment. Let's share something together. Let me know what you've been doing. Let me also share what I've been doing, so that we can just be able to uplift each other in a better way for our community, the community in the United States, and the communities at large in Kenya. And for other organizations, the same thing.
Thank you so much, Dr. for that great information. So we'll definitely close it here for today, but we'll be having around 2 series before the D-Day. So we thank you for your time. Thank you because of the OVC One Voice Consortium arranging this particular expo for the African diaspora. They are linking the American market to the African diaspora. So we are really very happy and very grateful for One Voice Consortium, and you guys continue doing this wonderful work for the community, and may God bless you.
Thank you, and you are part of it,
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, nashukuru.
Karibu sana.
Asante.